Hello, everyone. It is Miss Paver back for your Unit 2, Week Check 2, Relearning. The learning targets for this week were distributive property, and then solving equations with parentheses, and setting up and solving word problems. So we're just going to go through 2 of each type of problem, and then you can work on your relearning problems. So the first thing that we talked about this week was the distributive property, and we kind of said, hey friends, if you see parentheses, that's your clue thinking about order of operations. You have to take care of that first, okay? So what you're going to start with is drawing those arrows from your 6 to both the x and the 5. And because the 6 is side by side with what's in parentheses, that means multiply, okay? We don't know what x is, so if I need to do 6 times x, we just put that together. Side by side means multiply, so 6x. And then the part that everyone or a lot of people are still messing up on is they are wanting to just bring down that -5. But again, that's why we draw the arrows. So if you're still struggling, we even went a step further this week and said, hey, circle those 2 numbers. You have to do something with them. So then you're multiplying 6 times -5 would give you a -30. And that's your full answer. A lot of people kept thinking we needed to solve it, like add the 30, but there's no equal sign. All this was distributing out the 6. The next one, when you distribute a negative, you just have to watch your signs. So again, draw your arrows anytime you see parentheses. -8 times y, we don't know what y is, so we just put those together, -8y. And then -8 times -2, negative times negative is positive, and 8 times 2 is 16. All right, now we're going to look at when we would use that distributive property to actually solve equations. So this first one, we've got a +4 times x minus 10. So that would give us a 4x. And then 4 times -10 would be -40. Again, the biggest mistake I'm seeing is that we want to bring down that -10, okay? You will not be bringing down that 10. It has to change. Because what this means is that there are 4, let's see if I can draw this for you. There are 4 x minus 10s. I'm going to make my thing a little bit smaller. X minus 10, x minus 10, x minus 10, x minus 10. This is what this means. It means there are 4 groups of x minus 10. So we have 4 x's, which everyone is comfortable getting. That's how we get to this 4x. But then we also have 4 minus 10s. So 4 minus 10s is what gives us that -40. All right, then that's going to equal our 28 here. And now it's just your solving. So your step 1 with solving is to, if you see parentheses, distribute. Step 2 is to add or subtract the constant. And that's the number that is by itself, doesn't change. And then step 3 is to multiply or divide the coefficient. All right, so then our constant here is -40. The opposite of -40, remember, if you need to, cover up that 4x to help your brain. We're not touching our x first. So we're going to add 40, and that gives you your math problem as your first step. So 28 plus 40 would be 68. Then you bring down your 4x. And 4x means multiply because it's side by side. So we're going to divide by 4, and x would equal 68 divided by 4 is 17. And then best part about equations, we've talked about this over and over and over, is that you can know you are right. So if we take a 4 and we plug in our 17 minus 10, 17 minus 10 is 7, and 4 times 7 does give us that 28. All right, next one, we have -4 parentheses y plus 3 and then equals 44. So we're going to do -4 times y and then -4 times positive 3. I feel like we're all getting really good at putting those first two together. We are struggling with all right, so let's keep going. -4 times y, we're getting really good at that. Then I want you to do -4, we're going to get glitchy here on me, -4 times positive 3, and that would give you a -12, and that's going to equal the 44. You're going to draw your line, same steps. You're going to add or subtract, and the opposite of -12 is +12. That's going to give you a math problem to solve. 44 plus 12 is 56. And then divide, don't forget, by that -4. A lot of people are forgetting that, okay? You want y by itself. It has the -4 with it. So you're going to divide by -4, and y is going to equal 56 divided by 4 is 4, -14. Again, always check your answers. We started with -4. We plug in a -14 there. Oops. -14, and then add our 3. -14 plus 3 is -11, and -4 times -11 would give us that positive 44 that we need. All right, 2 word problems, and then we're going to be done. So this first one says, Fazia took a taxi from her house to the airport. The taxi company charged a pickup fee of $260 plus $150 per mile. The total fare was $17.60. How many miles was the taxi ride? So we're really good at picking out that $17.60 is going to be our total here. And most of the time, we see that the number that also means money is going to be the number by itself. So this one might be a little confusing to you because the 260 and the 150 both mean money. That's when you're going to have to look for your question. It says, how many miles was the taxi ride? The miles is what we don't know, and that $1.50 is what's per mile. So the $1.50 is going to be with the M. And then again, think about this, the way to know that this one goes by itself. The taxi company charged a pickup fee of $260. So how many times do you get picked up? Only once. That's why it's by itself. Okay? No parentheses. Again, it's not $1.50 times $260. It's just $1.50 times the miles and the one-time pickup fee of $260. And you're just going to solve that equation. We're going to subtract 260, subtract 260. That's going to give you your 1.5 M equals 1760 minus 260 is 15. Divide by 1.5. And that's going to give you M equals 10. So it was a 10 miles was the taxi ride. All right, and then one more. I'm going to do one that has parentheses. So we're going to look at this one. It says Cute Castle Toy Store is having its annual holiday sale. So during the sale, Ted purchases 4 action figures to add to his collection, each at $3 less than full price. Ted pays a total of $92. So we know that it's going to equal 92, and then that $3 is also means money. The 4 is talking about action figures. It's going to have to go with a variable. But all of this is talking about the 4 action figures that he purchased. So the 4 action figures, that word each right there clues you in that you're going to need parentheses. Each action figure is getting 3 off the price. Okay? It's not a one-time $3. It's all 4 action figures. Each gets $3 less. And then you're just going to solve your equation. So 4 times x would be 4x. 4 times negative 3 would be negative 12 equals your 92. And then solve your equation, add your 12. 4x would be 92 minus 12 is 80. Divide by 4, divided by 4, x equals 20. Okay, that's the full price. He got $3 off, so he would have paid $17, but 20 was that original full price of each action figure. All right, thank you all. Have fun solving your problems.